Hi, guys. How are you all doing? Sorry about that. This is the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert. A nice warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. Guys, what I just want to say is Carlos Alcaraz is your 2024 Wimbledon champion. He has destroyed Novak Djokovic in straight sets. And again, welcome to the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert, and Carlos Alcaraz has destroyed Novak Djokovic in straight sets. Novak Djokovic was destroyed. Novak Djokovic was hammered. Novak Djokovic was abused out there on the court by Carlos Alcaraz. And as Novak said after the match himself, he was better than me in every aspect of the game. Even the return of serve, even the backhand, even the speed, even the serve, even the forehand, even the volley, even the drop shot. Alcaraz was better in every area of the game, and Novak Djokovic has been destroyed in straight sets. And Carlos Alcaraz is your 2024 Wimbledon champion. Listen, guys, what I want to do is go through the Grand Slam count. Now, this is a Grand Slam count for people aged 21 years of age. But the best 5 players, I believe, to ever play the game, where they were. So we're going to say, where is Alcaraz against Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and Pete Sampras? There are the current 4 best Grand Slam winners. So where is Alcaraz? Now he's won his 4th Grand Slam. Let me go through the list from bottom to top. Pete Sampras. Okay, Pete Sampras, 0 Grand Slams, 21 years of age, went on to win 14. Roger Federer, 0 Grand Slams, 21 years of age, went on to win 20 Grand Slams. Novak Djokovic, 1 Grand Slam at 21 years of age, went on to win 24. Rafael Nadal, 3 Grand Slams at 21 years of age, but 3 French Opens, went on to win 22 slams. Carlos Alcaraz, 4 Grand Slams at 21 years of age, winning a French Open on clay, a US Open on a hard court, Wimbledon on grass, and then coming back to defend a Wimbledon title that he won at only 20 years of age, coming back at 21 years of age and defending it. So 2 Wimbledons, both on a grass court, 1 US Open and 1 French Open, right? So again, that's at 21 years of age. Sampras had 0. Federer had 0. Djokovic had 1. And Nadal had 3, but all at the French Open. Alcaraz has 4 Grand Slams on all surfaces and defending his Wimbledon title. Djokovic called him the best 21-year-old player to ever play the game. I would agree with that. And I'm still saying he's going to get 30-plus Grand Slams when it's all said and done. Just to get to Djokovic's 24, he needs 20. Federer got 20 Grand Slams, winning his first one when he was 20 years old. Roger Federer did, right? But so he has to do what Federer did in his career, but he's got 1 extra year to do it, so he's got more time. And you've also got to consider Federer was a great player, but he was the 3rd best player with the big 3. And he lost, because he was the 3rd best, he lost so many finals to Nadal and Djokovic. Before these guys came along, like he was on track for 30-plus too. So that's the only reason that kept him to that. But I don't think it's very likely to say Alcaraz is going to be the part of a big 3 and he's going to be the 3rd best. And he's going to be kept down to only winning 20 from now because there's going to be 2 other guys that are going to beat him most of the time. No, that's not going to happen. And in fact, if the big 3, Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, there was only 2, they had 66 Grand Slams between the 3 of them. But if there was a big 2 and not a big 3, they would have shared those 66 Grand Slams with 2 of them. It wouldn't be other guys would have got them. It would have just been the big 3 or a big 2, And these 66 Grand Slams were divided between two people, not three, which would have meant two guys of those big three, whichever two it was, would have got 30 plus, right? And I don't think Alcaraz is going to be playing at the same time with two or three guys as good as Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Firstly, secondly, he's better than them. By look at what he's done. But even if he wasn't, even if he was just as good as one of these big three, if he doesn't have as tough competition, like if it was a big two instead of a big three, he gets 30 just by being as good. Because they had to divide it three ways and share all these Grand Slams for a year between three. If you share it between two, it's two guys getting the 64 Grand Slams divided by two, not three. So it's not three guys getting around 20 plus. It's two guys getting 30 plus. And that's if he's as good as them. But I think he's better. Firstly, he's better. And secondly, he's not going to be playing like three of the best players of all time all at the same time. So just by being as good, he gets what they would have got if there was a big two and not a big three, 30 Grand Slams, right? But then if he's better than them, he's going to get more than 30, maybe 35, 40. But I'm saying he's going to be somewhere between the 30 to 40 Grand Slams unless he gets a lot of serious injuries. But even Nadal was injured a lot and had to play in the time of the big three and got 22. So even if all Nadal's injuries, he would have got 30. If you take away, just say Djokovic for sure, or Federer probably, he would have got 28 because he lost more to Djokovic than Federer in finals. But he would have got 28 to 30 if it was only one of those two were there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I don't believe Alcaraz will face the opposition of any of these big three. And even if he did, I think he's better than them. So I think based on him having easier competition than what they'll have, that'll get him to 30. And then if he's better, that's where we get in the range between 30 to 40. Is he as good as them? Is he better? Right now at 21 years of age, he's better than what they were. But let's see as we go. But I'm saying minimum 30 Grand Slams unless serious injuries. When I say serious, I mean much worse than Nadal's career. Even if he gets the same injuries as Nadal, he'll still get 30. That's my opinion. But what I'm saying is Alcaraz, like, he's got the speed of Djokovic and Nadal at their prime. He's got the forehand of Nadal, the backhand of Djokovic, the return of Djokovic, the net play of Federer, or even better, and drop shots better than anyone else. So he can just have the best of all worlds. But sometimes he goes for too much power near the line, too much risk, makes a whole bunch of errors. And for all these extra winners with all his talent he's getting more errors too. So they're leveling off. But in this match against Djokovic, he had patience, right? He said, I'm going to build a point, but from an aggressive perspective, like what Nadal and Djokovic do. I want to be in the rally, but I want to control the rally, and I'm willing to win in 3, 4, 5, 7 shots with power and patience. Usually he goes for the line, hits a lot of great winners, but a lot of stupid errors. And all these extra shots, having Nadal's forehand and Djokovic's backhand and the volleys and the net play and all of this, it gets him more winners. But then when he's going so close to the line and it's so risky, he's getting more errors than those two. So he ends up being just as good. But if you can be as patient as Nadal and Djokovic, look to control the point, look to be aggressive, but be patient enough to build a point, right? That's when. But then he's got a bit more aggressive because he's got the power on both the forehand, backhand, the net play, the drop shots. That's when he's a better version of Nadal and Djokovic. And that's what we saw in the final. And why he was doing that, we saw him playing a Novak Djokovic who has not won a title this year. This is the first final he's been in, and he's coming off surgery. And even if he recovers the surgery before then, he wasn't winning. And he was off, he was slow, and you could see that Alcaraz is not even close, was way faster. So Djokovic's only chance was to be better offensively. But when Alcaraz's backhand is about as good as him, and his forehand is like way better than his, he's way better offensively. And then he's got the touch shots better than Djokovic, net play and drop shots. So now he's way better offensively and way better defensively. What does Djokovic have to do? So he was controlling the points. Djokovic had to use his defense. Djokovic looked like a slow old man, couldn't get it. Because when Alcaraz hits it so hard, you got this skill of like you got to move it very fast right, fast left. The ball's going fast and hard, right and left. You've got to change directions fast. The knees being older, he just looked like he couldn't handle that. The other thing Alcaraz does is great drop shots. So then that's a test. You've got to have elite speed to run up at those drop shots. Again, Djokovic being 37, come off surgery, didn't have it. Again, like he's won the Australian Open in 2021, 2023 injured. He could just say, I'll dictate, I'll control the points, you'll never make me move. And guys would either hit it right to him or hit it out. But with this, Alcaraz is going to hit it fast and hard in the court. He's going to have to move left and right very fast and hard. And if his movement's not elite, he's going to be exposed. And Alcaraz made him look slow there. And then again with the drop shots, you've got to have elite movement to get up to it. Djokovic didn't. So Djokovic looked slow. And then in trying to win it with the offense, and so his defense isn't exposed, he couldn't overpower Alcaraz. If anything, Alcaraz overpowered him and was better with the volleys and the drop shots and the touch shots. So Alcaraz was better offensively than Djokovic, better defensively. And even the return of serve, like the attacking return of serve that Djokovic usually goes to attack and hit a winner or hit it deep, Alcaraz was better on the attacking of the second serve return than what Djokovic is. And then even on the backhand, they had backhand-to-backhand rallies. Alcaraz was at least holding his own, maybe being a bit better. So when Djokovic can't win the backhand-to-backhand rallies, when he's attacking return of the second serve, Alcaraz is doing better on that, on his return. Then Alcaraz is better offensively than him, so he's got to play defense. But Djokovic wants to be in control of all the points, like he's done when he's been injured in the past, and be really aggressive, so he doesn't have to move and just stand on the spot and hit balls. But Alcaraz is better offensively, forcing him to play defense, and then he's slow because he's old and he's getting injured. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So there's no way for Djokovic to go. He's not returning better than Alcaraz, which is one of his key areas of his game. He's not hitting the backhand better than Alcaraz, which is like a huge part of his game. And then if his backhand's not better, his forehand is nowhere near Alcaraz. And then if Alcaraz is that much better offensively, but then that much better, faster defensively, it's not even close. Alcaraz is way better offensively and way better defensively. So when maybe one of the two, the other guy's better, like there's sometimes Djokovic played big hitters, big server. They're better offensively, but Djokovic is better at the long rallies, the movement, the return of serve, the consistency. But then there are other guys that have great consistency, like Nishikori, Ferrer, these type of players, Demonor. But Djokovic can say, I've got more power, I'll just control. But when the guy's better offensively and better defensively, and even in just the offensively backhand-to-backhand rallies, he's better, the return of serve. But specifically when someone's better both at offensively and defensively, you don't know what to do if you're Djokovic, because you can't just say, like, we'll go for the long rally style, or they're good in the long rallies, but I got more power, I'll try to overpower them. Because whichever way you go, whether it's offensively or defense, your opponent's better. So Djokovic said, I don't even have any idea, like, what's the first step, where to think, what to go to. And then when even he got in rallies that suited him, like backhand to backhand, and even that didn't work, he had no sort of, like, one thing is when you have a game plan, like, if you do this very good, like, you're going to have a success, and that'll help to get against the opponent, right? But Djokovic didn't even have that. Like, if he played a certain way, a certain style of game, and did it very well, maybe that will work. But Djokovic didn't even have that in my mind. Djokovic had, no matter what I do, I've got no chance, because the guy's better at offensively and better defensively. I can't make it about long rallies and defense, and I can't make it about overpowering. I can't even make it about my backhand against him or my return of serve. And then when Djokovic did try to attack, he missed a lot. When he was on defense, he was just slow and couldn't defend against Alcaraz. He was just, like he said, outmatched in every area. The attacking part of the game, the defense, the serve, the return of serve, the backhand, the forehand, the drop shot, the volley. Alcaraz was just better in every area. And Djokovic just looked like a tired old man out there that wasn't even in the league of his opponent. That's what I would say. But we don't know what the future holds for Djokovic, because he's had a bad 6 months. He's come off a surgery. even if he fully recovered from the injury, there comes a point where you're older and you need more time to work on your fitness because it's not natural anymore. So you need to spend more time working on that fitness if you're Novak Djokovic. But if you've come off an injury and you had to spend all this time off the court to be better, well, you've just been sitting on a couch and now you got all this time like at 37 to get back your fitness. So probably that was a problem. Your shots are not as sharp because you're not practicing as much. That's a problem for Djokovic. But then again, if your knee's 95% better, then you're just going to look slow. You won't get up to those drop shots. When Alcaraz hits it fast and hard, you won't be able to do that. So, yes, there were problems for Djokovic, big problems. And just generally, like, I don't think he has confidence because even before the surgery, he wasn't even making finals. And then when you add that, like, not enough practice, not enough time to build up your fitness. We don't know if his knee was 100%. And then even if you recover 100%, before the surgery, you couldn't even make a final. So you don't even mentally have confidence. It's mentally, physically, you're a tired old man, and it's just then there's this young guy who's faster than you, better offensively. You have nowhere to go. But I'm saying for Djokovic's future, if he can get back to 100, completely, not even 95%, 100% health, right? Then he needs a lot of time to, like, say I'm 37, my fitness won't come naturally. I need to spend more time working on my fitness than, say, when I was younger or Alcaraz, but I'm willing to go through that process. Right, guys? I'm willing to go through that process. Then, like, he can build up his fitness again. He can make his shot sharp by practicing a lot. And then if he's healthy, his movement, it won't be as good as Alcaraz because even before any injuries, it wasn't. But at least it can be where it's 10% less than Alcaraz. But still, I would say Alcaraz is the favorite. Even Djokovic goes back to last year, where he's just a year younger than now. Alcaraz still won in 5 sets then. And I feel like Alcaraz is better now. So if Djokovic got back to that level, it wouldn't just lose by a matter of points because that level wasn't good enough to beat Alcaraz a year ago, and Alcaraz now is even better. So he'll be even further away. But it won't be straight sets either. It should be a 4-set tough battle for Alcaraz. But when Djokovic knows, even if he gets back to where he was last year, Alcaraz will still be better than him, and then there's Sinner too. It's going to be hard. But I do think Djokovic gets better than this. He'll never be number one again. That's my prediction. But he may win one more Grand Slam. He may win none. Depends. Because, like, even if Sinner and Alcaraz are better than him and he's the third best player, what if one of them gets injured and one of them just has a bad day, and then now Djokovic is the third best player? And you saw even then with this bad preparation, the injuries, all that, he's still in the final. These other guys are so much lower than these best three guys. If he can have a chance to not have to play Sinner or Alcaraz at their best, he can win one. And I'm sure that opportunity is going to come up once. So, but he may take advantage, may not. So he'll either win one or none, and he won't be number one. And I think Alcaraz and Sinner will be consistently better. But I think he can improve to the point where they have great matches and battles, but they're beating Djokovic more than he's beating them. That's what I would say. But right now, like, without confidence, the surgery, all these things, not having enough preparation to get better from the surgery, you need to rest so much. I just think that it's going to be very hard for Djokovic to win more than one Grand Slam. But for Alcaraz, I see him dominating. I see him getting 30 to 40, and I'm not going to say 40 now, but I just feel like if Djokovic and Federer and Nadal all got 20 to 24 and they all played at the same time, for sure, if it was a big 2, not a big 3, the 2 would have got 30. And I think Alcaraz is just as good or better. So depending on if he's as good or better, he'll get 30 to 40 Grand Slams. And he's going to be dominating. Got a great chance. I think the US Open of all the Grand Slams probably suits his game the most. He likes a slow hard court. Maybe clay is a bit slow because he's still a bit aggressive. And I think that's going to be a very good court for him. And he may even finish the year at 5. And then by 21, he could win the Australian Open and have the career Grand Slam at only 21. Nadal did it at the youngest age at 24. So for Djokovic, it's going to be hard, but he may get one more slam, may get none, never be number one. But Alcaraz, we're heading to 30 or 40 Grand Slams. And Carlos Alcaraz is your 2024 Wimbledon champion, 4 Grand Slams, 21 years of age, more Grand Slams than Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and Pete Sampras at the same age. And he's heading for 30 and 40 or 40 Grand Slams. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. And no. Let me just point one more thing before I go. I predicted Alcaraz would win this in 4. He won it in straight sets. What decided if it was 3 or 4 was just that tiebreaker. I thought it would be like the Sinner Djokovic match at the semifinals at the Australian Open, where Sinner went up 2 sets. Djokovic, out of pride, really fought hard, didn't want to lose in straight sets. Then Sinner's a bit nervous to finish it. I thought we would see that. And then Djokovic gets a set, but then just like Sinner finished in 4, Alcaraz would finish in 4. And we were a matter of points away from that. Alcaraz did get nervous in the 3rd. Djokovic did play better. And it just came down to a few points. But even if Djokovic won that tiebreaker, he was losing in 4 anyway. But I was a few points, a tiebreaker away from being right. But yeah, the nerves in Alcaraz and Djokovic's pride wanting to fight and win that set wasn't even enough for him to give a set. So straight sets, I was close to being right, but not exactly right. But I got the semifinals both right according to the sets. So anyway, that's my video. Don't forget to subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Be back here for my next video. I'm going to preview the Olympics just before it happens, so please be back for that. And please subscribe, and please hit the bell notification, and please do the thumbs up, and just be back for my next video. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.